everyone, my name is Guinverre and welcome back to This is the Police. Let's get back into Subways of Crime. Hopefully this time we can not kill anyone. All City Hall employees awarded company cars for First and Furious. Reviewed to host semi-finals of the Hockey League. Small drug dealers invade Guinverre. Shift A. Yeah, it's a good. Ooh, what should we play? Look at a log actually. What should we buy? Try this one. On July 31st. Oh, that's coming soon. Well, then. Okay, we'll just buy these ones. I'll buy this one. There we go. There we go. Okay. No. We'll listen to one. This train. Do this one. Please be advised that we are unhappy with the efficiency of the figure PD. Look at the department budget. Are you kidding? Really? I have to. Oh. I don't wanna. We can do that one. And we'll send the year. You cannot meet your request at this time. What a great. You cannot meet your request at this time.
811 in progress.
Cannot meet your request. Blah 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 blah. Trespassing on the farm. Bill Buckler reports that two unidentified men snuck into his farm and set fire to the barn. As the call came in, the two criminals were attempting to gain entry to the house. Oh no. Send those two. Just there. What is it? Nice! Hell yeah! You're able to arrest those suspects, not subjects. Nice! Nice!
Officer,
There are no signs are pulling off near the house. The front door has been broken down and the shadows lurk inside. Go through the front entrance, go to the back door, come out with your hands up. So come out with your hands up. There we go. Hell yeah. At everyday mall, a drug addict attempted to hide an expensive bottle of liquor under his jacket when he was caught. He began to throw a fit. Really? I'm gonna send you in. Anything else? There we go. One of our new guys tried to rape our accountant. We locked him up in a hotel room, but he threatened to hand the whole organization over to police. I think it's time he talks to a police officer face to face. This is here. 9/11. Hell yeah! Got him! Hell yeah! Doing great! There's something going down today at City Center at 18:59. You wouldn't want any policemen crashing the party. I think they'll do it to be enough for a police. Okay. At 18:09. Well, 18 o'clock, not bad.
412 in progress.
Oh, shoot. Stop with a deadly weapon. A woman reports that she saw a skin-haired cat in the dark and valet striking him around the legs, yelling, "I'll beat you till you're dead, freak." No shit. I'm gonna do it. She believes she saw a pistol sticking out of the skin-haired's belt. Oh, okay. And Grant. Yeah. That should do. Around 18. There'll be something going on at the city. She would not go through.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
More serious than before, requesting reinforcements. Okay. What's in here?
410A in progress.
Yeah, that's the 3601. Business suit is lying in the street, it seems to be shot, but no one's before he shot up the wall from where. The man is still alive and an ambulance is on the way. Okay. Yeah, that's the city center one. We went through. Dun, 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 dun.
410A complete.
Thank you.
412.
Hell yeah, we got him. Where's
910A in progress.
and Julian's killed. Oh no. Good robbery. 8-year-old Kevin is at home alone, hiding under his bed under Christmas are gathering outside the apartment. I'll just send you to him. Why not? Oh, the music stopped. Oh well. End of the day.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Situation is more. Okay, so Glenn. And Glenn. Come on. Get the dirty thing.
910A complete.
Hell yeah. And the bear. Let's do it. Nice. And the day. Oh yeah.
In my new role as corrupt official, I had to give up some of my favorite habits. I couldn't turn off my phone when my head ached. Couldn't sleep till noon on Saturday and let the rest of HQ take up the slack. No more days off to go fishing. But my weekly visit to the old colony club was more like tradition. One night a week, I absorbed cigar smoke, the vague smell of alcohol, the stench of urine, all mixed with toxic levels of old drunken belches. Same picture it was 30 years ago. Tradition's gotta be honored. And to stay faithful to the tradition, you've got to respect the standard rituals. When you're about to roll out of the club, you need to take a deep breath and count to 100. If your stomach doesn't do a backflip, you should be good to make it home. This time, I only got up to 60. I was interrupted.
Why? You look even better than you do on TV.
There's nothing more impolite than approaching people in the alley at the old colony. This is the most private place in the city. All who enter here dirty their shoes with the most elite stream of vomit in Freeburg. This asphalt has been blessed by judges, lawyers, artists, businessmen, and all our politicians. Takes a lot of balls to crash the party. My head was a drunken haze, but I knew who he was. A cartoon gangster suit straight out of Dick Tracy. Fancy voice, fruit cologne, sassy strut. That's how the newspapers described Vikas Varga, rising star in Freeburg's criminal underworld. He appeared out of nowhere, and with the support of the local punks, Varga broke all the old rules of organized crime. He killed those who could not be killed, traded what could not be traded, and robbed those who could not be robbed. In just a single month, this man had gathered an incredible amount of power. He's been called everything from a clown to a madman to a criminal genius, and more often than not, he's called a low-class upstart short on ideas. But if Vargas was one of the old crime bosses, he'd have been cut into pieces and fed to the river. Look past this guy's arrogance, and there's something about him. The city is still deciding what to do with him. Meanwhile, he's burning down the houses of old city mobsters. Not the best time to talk, Mr. Varga.
Well, you know my name. I'm flattered, although not very surprised, to be honest. I might be a little short on manners. Like they say in your fair city, with the right manners, you can go anywhere. Well, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay right here.
Even the criminal world needs manners, Mr. Varga. And one of them is this. Don't interfere with a drunken cop who's trying to take a shit and puke at the same time.
Oh, you exaggerate. But is Freeburg always so gentle with its officers? You've been a bit roughed up lately.
I see you already know Freeburg quite well, Mr. Varga.
Well, I love to learn and look around. But I do know that the inhabitants of this fair city should be friends, Jack. Maybe it's true I don't have the best manners. After all, it's only polite for friends to share their phone numbers. This city of yours moves so fast. I feel like I'm hooked on amphetamines all over again. You wake up in the morning full of ideas, and by nightfall, you've all had each other killed. So don't wait too long to call. I don't mind if you're drunk. It's all the more fun. I'll be stoned myself, most likely. Hell, I'm a little stoned right now. It's the only way to live in this place. I like your city, Jack. I'm here to stay.
Cool. Nice.
If it weren't for the phone number written on my arm, I probably wouldn't have remembered the conversation in the morning. But there was no reason to worry. I'd be getting a reminder soon.
That could be true, yeah. Checkpoint! Day 12. Orthodox priests bribe mayor. Students volunteer to help farmers. Greek priest to be appointed head of Freiburg Orthodox Church. Well then. Okay. Let's do this.
My morning ritual was plagued by the smell of Varga's fruity cologne. It was like the sharp citrus scent was chasing me around the house, as if Vickers was right there in my living room. When I finally realized the smell was coming from a big basket of oranges, it didn't put me any more at ease. I'd opened my door to lots of threatening mail, evidence of criminal wrongdoing, even a dead ferret or two. But fruit? Never.
Never.
You the fruit guy?
Excuse me?
Was it you that brought the basket of oranges?
Nah, it was here when I arrived.
Fine. So who are you?
Today, I'm your driver.
And where are we driving?
To work.
That's it?
Yeah, we have to make an important stop along the way.
Where?
The ranch.
What ranch?
Just the ranch.
Fine.
Okay. This is weird.
The morning seemed surreal, and I took in the magic. Why wreck it with meaningless chatter? As my tight-lipped chauffeur drove an hour through God knows where, I started to feel like I was in the middle of a bad dream, probably lying bloody and concussed in the alley behind the old Colony Club, my nose buried in a rotten orange peel.
Well,
But no, this was no dream. The silence was real. The sound of the engine was real. The dust was real enough, too. And there was the ranch over the horizon. It all seemed familiar. The Sand family's overbearing mansion has been the talk of the headlines for decades, but few have managed to get closer than a few miles. I guess I'm just lucky.
ooh. Seems spooky.
I didn't know you took private meetings, Mr. Sand.
Only if I expect good company.
I'm surprised my company ranks at all.
Today, yes. Today is a special day.
So it seems.
Do you often go to the old Colony Club, Jack?
Every week.
Meet any interesting people there?
As a rule, no.
Sometimes you make a date, right? Sometimes make new friends.
Sometimes, I guess. But that's not why I go.
And why?
I consider it a hobby.
A hobby. Do you know anything about my hobbies?
Well, judging by the half-dozen animal skins I stepped on walking over here, it's not much of a reach to say you like hunting.
Love it. Well, I say that now. It seemed so tedious when I was a child. Took ever so long. But now I'm older. I've developed a new talent.
What talent is that?
Patience. The will to wait for the right moment. Let's say you want a deer. You know, you deserve it. You've even decided what dishes its meat will go to and where you'll mount its horns. But to get that deer, you've got to wait. To sit in the bushes and stay nice and quiet. Professional hunters will tell you that the hunt is a rare craft. There are many rules. It's shrouded in mystery and ancient skill. Well, that's all complete nonsense. To get a deer, you just sit on the sidelines for a long enough time, pinpoint the moment when it's finally time to shoot. I learned the talent, Jack, but not like you, oh, Jack. You truly are the master.
I don't understand.
Oh, come on, Jack. I know about the $500,000. I know your plan. Kendrick told me everything. Needless to say, I'm impressed. While some people learn to hold their breath for minutes on end and not to rustle the leaves too loudly, why you decided to just become the foliage. You turned yourself into a bush, surrounded by deer who've been so fruitfully multiplying for decades. But all this time you've held your rifle at the ready. Forgive an old man his imagery, Jack. I've the heart of a poet, I confess.
Look, I don't know what was said between you and Kendrick, but it sounds like you got it wrong.
Oh, I think I understand everything just fine. And I think we understand each other quite well. Jack, in the coming war, we'll make excellent partners.
What war?
One war falls upon every generation. My grandfather drove out the Ambersons back when he was 27. My father destroyed that psychopath gangster Maurice Bell when he was a sprightly 30. At 69, I'd begun to think my war had passed me over. But my time has come at last. Tomorrow, Vicus Varga declares war, and I'm obliged to answer.
So, we're talking about Varga now.
I don't know how he thinks. I don't even know whether he plans his actions or not. I can't divine his purpose. Hell, I don't even know where he comes from. He's a man not of our breed, wouldn't you say? But when he arrived here, I invited him in, told him we could work together. An official invitation penned in my own hand and written on some very expensive paper. And can you imagine his reply? A fruit basket. What sense can be made of such a message?
I guess it means whatever you want it to.
Precisely.
I'm late for work, Mr. Sand.
You know, Jack, I could just give you $500,000 right now, cash, whatever denominations you like. But I would never insult you so. If I went stalking my prey for so many years, I wouldn't want someone else to shoot it for me. I understand you, Jack, and I'll never ask you for anything that's contrary to your nature. Just think about our conversation. Think about it, and call me.
Okay. Mr. Sand. We have to go to work now. This is good.
Like I said, it's a whole new life, and I've had to give up some old habits. One of them, keeping away from things that don't concern me. Now I can't afford the luxury. This spotlight I'm under, concerns is all I got.
Shit. Varga's new, and Sand is the one we've been dealing with through the Mafia. That we don't go to those certain places. Let's see what Varga wants, actually. He's new here, we'll see what he wants. So we can help him.
Tell him it's Boyd.
Let me walk straight. Can I go home? Yeah, why not? I was taking out the trash last night. I accidentally got into poison my bed this morning. This morning I noticed my feet were blistered. It doesn't look like anything serious, but I'd like to see the doctor just in case. Can I take the day off? Yes, come in tomorrow. It's okay, I got Hershey. That's good. Okay. Anything new? the catalog. No. No. Nothing new. Okay, so I'm gonna play this one. Come from the grave. Change up the week's salary of your dead employees. I was gonna be today, don't let anything happen to come at all. Who? Tomorrow's the deadline. Oh, close.
311B in progress.
Massive fight. King Lewis's nightclub. We received a call from the club manager who said that a brawl broke out in the main hall involving over 20 men security out back because some of the combatants are carrying knives. Several wounded are already lying on the dance floor, but no one knows why the mayhem broke out. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Paddy wagon and swan. So we're gonna do investigations. Excuse me.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Southpaw.
Okay, sorry. Let's turn them all over.
412 in progress.
Routines walking the dog fell into an argument introducing one of the nation's dog on the other. The police were called by a girl who was riding her bicycle nearby. I can't read that one. Until at least one of these guys come back.
In progress. 412A complete.
Yeah. Good. Hell yeah, got him. Wait for someone to get back. Oh jeez, that's a lot. Outside church. Passioneer Maria Serpentine. Full of the sounds of gunshots inside the church. A bearded man in a hat entered the confessional, and then a minute later I heard a few gunshots. Then the man calmly left the booth, took off his hat and crossed himself, and sat down on a pew. I think he's praying. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get there, get there, get there, get there. Oh yeah, okay. Proceed.
410A in progress.
Hidden murder at St. John's Hospital. Linda Howard, her words slurred, said the dentist paralyzed her face during her latest visit. The monster stuck me with some kind of poison. Arrest him. I think Bridget. Sweet, got him. Oh no. Non-automatic weapon, civilian killed, officer unharmed. Officers found non-automatic human weapon at the crime scene. What do you want to do with it? So bring it to the, let's bring it to the station.
Complete.
Girl was injected with normal painkillers. Oh really? That's silly. Anything else?
1011B in progress.
An ice cream vendor noticed a suspicious black bag which has been lying unsupervised on a bench for the past few hours. Okay. I've seen it for these guys. Hopefully that comes out good.
Got a situation here.
Officers arrived on the scene and observed that there's something moving inside the bag. So stay back until the bomb squad arrives. Open the bag.
1011B complete.
Dang. Oh no! Did they both die? Well, balls. A new frame found. Balls, man. I shouldn't have opened the bag. Should have waited. God dang it. God dang it, man. Damn it. That's the wrong choice. Wrong choice. God dang. Damn. Varga, man. I should have did the bomb squad one. Command for monument to be demolished by Summer's End. The administration to find its dance festival. Francis Kendrick would succeed. Jack Boyd. Oh then, that was an interesting episode. I'm gonna leave this here. Thank you all for watching, and everyone, stay amazing.